Hey guys, Sean here, and today I'm doing another movie review on the Transformers trilogy. I figure with the, you know, I figure with there being a fourth Transformers on the way, I figure go back and look at the previous three movies. Um, and I'm gonna start with, and I got this box at Walmart for like $30, I think. It's about $10 a movie. Um, the box set comprises all three films. So all three films. And I'm going to start with the first film. This was released back in 2007 um, under the direction of Michael Bay. It starred Shia LaBeouf, Tyrese Gibson, Josh Duhamel, Anthony Anderson, Megan Fox, Rachel Taylor, with John Turturro and Jon Voight. This movie I thought was very good, was very entertaining, very action packed. And basically, the plot synopsis, without giving, I think the plot really is basically uh, um, Megatron, voiced by Hugo Weaving, is trying to rebuild. Basically, the backstory is there was a war on Cybertron, and the whole planet got destroyed. And the only thing that's able to rebuild the race of Cybertron is the Allspark, which was lost in the stars and traveled all the way to Earth, where Megatron basically followed it and was found by Sam Witwicky, played by Shia LaBeouf, his great great grandfather, Archibald Witwicky. And basically, Megatron is trying to transform Earth's technology and build a new army, and basically the Autobots have to stop him. So I thought this was a very nice movie, very well casted in my opinion. Um, I think I'm pretty sure it did pretty well in the box office and was very well received. I can't say the same about Revenge of the Fallen though, because I read that was not very well received. That it was received tons of criticism. But this film I thought was very entertaining, very action packed. The cast was great. Um, I loved this movie. Literally, I loved it. Now on to the sequel, Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. Takes place 2 years after the first movie, with Sam Witwicky starting college, and he and Michaela are now dating. The plot of this basically is Sam has discovered chunks of the Allspark on his clothes that he wore at the end of the first movie, and now he basically picks up a shard, and all the information goes right to his brain, and the Decepticons are trying to track him down in order to get the information they need, so that way they can find this little artifact called the Matrix of Leadership and use it to power this machine called the Sun Harvester, to where the Fallen can basically get rid of Earth's sun. The plot of the movie was kind of, it wasn't as good as the plot wasn't as good as the first movie's plot really, but the movie itself I thought was still a good movie, still a lot of action. Um, I really enjoyed the film. I enjoyed the film. I actually saw this one in theaters on the opening day. I did not see this one in theaters, but I saw this one in theaters. I had a blast going to theaters, and I thought it was fun. It was very negatively received for some reason, but yet still apparently it was a success at the box office if they made this one. Transformers: The Dark of the Moon, the third and should have been final installment in the trilogy. Yes, I said should have been because there shouldn't be a fourth movie. Um, this movie basically Oh, and this one, the returning cast is basically everyone returns. Um, Pretty much Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox, Josh Duhamel, Tyrese Gibson, and John Turturro all return, and the movie's directed by Michael Bay yet again. This movie picks up 3 years after Revenge of the Fallen, so 5 years after the first movie, with Sam graduating from college, um, and basically has to help the Autobots from preventing Decepticons from trying to bring Cybertron into our atmosphere, and basically using the humans to enslave all, just enslavement. The cast is pretty much the same as the first two movies, with the exception of Megan Fox. Megan Fox was originally attached to this film, but due to her and Michael Bay having, I guess, creative differences, I guess you could say, or just differences in general, Michael Bay decided not to renew her contract and replaced her with Rosie Huntington Whiteley, who never acted in the film prior to this movie. But unlike most recasts, they did not just replace the actress; they replaced the character, which I thought was a nice touch. And that's what made me like the recast. It's because Rosie was not going to play Michaela; she played a new character, Carly Spencer, and I thought was really nice. And they also have Patrick Dempsey in this movie, along with John Malkovich. Now, Patrick Dempsey, I didn't really like him in the movie because he's a dick. He's basically a dick in the film. And then also there's Frances McDormand, who her character basically reminded me of Galloway from Revenge of the Fallen, a person who really does not care about what's going on. Because in Revenge of the Fallen, Galloway basically states that he wants the Autobots off the planet, and when Lennox, or when he goes to the base to talk to Lennox and Gibson's character, Epps basically says that all options are being considered, and then um, he says we will win this as we always have with a coordinated military strategy, and then Lennox like, well, I handing over the kid, and then Galloway's like, all options are being considered. He was actually considered handing over Sam to the Decepticons if it guaranteed human survival. Okay, yeah, that dude's a douchebag. That's the one character I didn't like about Revenge of the Fallen is Galloway. He's a douchebag, and same with um, Frances McDormand's character, Mirren. Was she asleep during the first two movies? Because if it wasn't for Sam, the humans would have been dead. And she calls him a messenger. A messenger. That's just bull, man. Sam basically risked his life to save the humans, and he's called a messenger. That's bull. But like I said, these movies are very well done, very entertaining. I love them to death. I don't watch them that much, really. Um, Now, since I'm done with those three movies, I want to talk about the potential, the upcoming fourth movie. Like I said, I don't think it should have been made. Um, I mean, what are they gonna do, really? Because you don't have Sam, you don't have Michaela, you don't have Carly, you don't have Sam's parents. Although there's talks of Lennox being in it, Josh Duhamel like a cameo or something, just to keep the connectivity between the movies. Um, and they're also gonna have Peter Cullen back as Optimus, obviously. Bumblebee will be in it because Bumblebee and Optimus are always my favorite Autobots. Those are my always those two are always my favorite ones. Um, but pretty much like I just said, I don't really see the need for a fourth movie, and I'm sure a lot of people don't either. But as a fan of Transformers, I will go and see it purely as a fan. I don't have much um expectations for it, but if it is good, then I might see it 2, 3 more times. if it's good the first time around. But if not, I'll only go see it the one time. I'll see it only the one time, and that's it. It's due to be out summer of next year, so it'll be competing against like um, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, X-Men: Days of Future Past. I'll be competing against those. So I think it'll probably get lost in the shuffle anyway. Um, because I figure comic book movies are usually the big point in the world. So I think Transformers 4 might get lost in the shuffle if anything. But I will try and see it if it's any good, and if not, they made a shot. They made a chance. So I think I'm gonna just call the review here because I'm running out of things to say. So later.